Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to another timeless pick a card reading, where in this reading, we're going to be asking what Spirit wants us to know about transforming or aligning ourselves with the perfect state of being. And when we are feeling like we're in the need of healing or we're feeling out of alignment, that basically means that we're in the lower vibrational energies that are related to the fears of this human side. And as we look into this reading, we're just going to be seeing how Spirit, what information they have that we can do inner and outer, inside of us and outside of us, what kind of information they'd like to give us to move that, to transform it to where we don't feel like we are imperfect, where we feel we're broken in some way, or that we are not in a place that we should be. And we're moving our awareness, we're moving our energy from that, realizing that we are these perfect mountains and that we came down here on purpose to really walk around the mountain as little humans, to see our vastness, to explore who we are. And so, we do look into moving our energy and changing our energy because we're kind of sick and tired of feeling sick and tired in a way. But also, our energy impacts everyone else's. When we heal something, when we transform something within ourselves, we transform it for the world as well. So I love this subject, and thank you so much, Anjali, for bringing up the question and the recommendation for a pick a card around this subject. So big kudos and thumbs up to you, a high five. And we're going to have 4 choices for this pick a card. How to transform your mind, how to transform and align your body, how to transform and align your heart, and just how to transform and align yourself. So we have 4 choices, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can pick as many of them as you want. Listen to all of them if you feel drawn to. If you want to jump to a specific one, timestamps will be down in the description box of the video, but I will start with number 1 right now. All right, if you chose reading number 1, which has to do with transforming and aligning the mind, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off with the Power of Surrender cards. So we'll start here and see what Spirit has for us, what information. And we're going to be looking at both inner and outer. What can we do inward? And is there anything that they recommend for the outward as well? So we'll start here. We're reading 1. All right, here's it right here. And we have Surrender to Setting Limits is the card there. And it says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So surrendering limits, we're going to put that right here. And I feel like since this has to do with the mind coming out here first, it is our mind where we set limits, and we can be setting too many limits as well. So there's awareness around setting limits and what that means in the mind, because we're taught, don't allow people to walk all over you and set up these lines in the sand. But these lines that we're putting are also restricting us and binding us and make us feel small. And I feel like with what we can do as far as our inner work is really look at what boundaries do we feel we have to set with others in the world, and why do we feel we need those? It has to do with safety, has to feel with feeling in control. And when our inner child, our small self, is feeling out of control or unsafe, it does what it feels it needs to in order to feel safe, which is a lot of walls, a lot of boundaries. And so there's a difference in having defensive walls for safety and feeling in control, and having boundaries as far as loving boundaries, where we are, because we love ourselves, we're not going to allow certain things to be in our lives that impact us, that no longer are serving a purpose. Everything comes into our life on purpose, for a purpose. But once they're done, it's time to, like we have, we put up these rules to not get punished and to feel safe and to be praised when we're younger. But as we get older, do we need them anymore? The example Spirit's been giving lately has to do with putting up a baby gate. We put up baby gates to keep us safe from falling down the stairs. But once we're teenagers or adults, it's like, do we really need these baby gates that we keep opening and closing? Because they are out of date. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling here. We're also going to pull a card here from the Seeker Oracle. Let's see what else they want to add into here for us. All right. So what else for the mind, please? What other advice? All right. This is the one right here. We've got illusory obstacles. Yep, it's all an illusion. Look at those beautiful colors in here, though. So we do have the illusory obstacles. So those obstacles that are an illusion, right? Let's see what it brings in here. And it says we all face obstacles that impede our journey and slow our momentum, right? Sometimes external influences are at play, and to move forward, our only choices are to find a way to overcome the obstacle or take a different direction. There are also times when we create illusory obstacles for a variety of reasons. We may unconsciously recognize that we are heading in the wrong direction, and the obstacles are there to tell us to go back the way we came. We may need to reconsider and reevaluate what we want to achieve because our circumstances have changed. There are also times that we create illusory obstacles because we are scared of success, reaching our destination, and manifesting a hard-earned outcome. We perform acts of self-sabotage. We create issues or behave in a manner that prevents us from actioning or achieving our goals because success has the potential to change our lives, and that change brings a degree of uncertainty. We may also unconsciously believe that we are not deserving of success. If there is a situation where you feel your progress is being hampered, it might be time to pause and consider whether the obstacles are real or if, in fact, we or you are creating illusory obstacles. The former may be beyond your means of control, but the latter is of your own making. If you're weaving the illusions, you also have the power to banish them. This We Dragon Messenger here asks if you believe the door to be real or if you see it for the illusion that it is. So yeah, definitely setting limits and doors being closed, obstacles that are there. And I like that it's bringing up here the self-sabotage, that we have these beliefs that are bouncing around underneath. And as I was saying, when our little small child self wants to feel safe, wants to feel in control, success and new things coming in can make it feel out of control and unsafe, and so it blocks things from coming in as well. So there is this movement, this understanding that a lot of what keeps us from moving forward has to do with our mind, has to do with our mindsets. So I like this information coming in, more and more clarity, and we're going to pull here from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle as well. All right. So, all right, it is this one right here. And we have the Direction Guardian, Choose Your Path. Beautiful card there too. We'll put that right here. And let's see what the Direction Guardian has to say. connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. The direction guardian represents the angels of direction. And these amazing angels are the ones who come to us when we're at a crossroads and don't know which way to go, when we're unsure of what is right for us or of the bigger picture. They can help us know what is best for all involved. And the direction guardian card refers to the vision of the Hebrew prophet Ezekiel, who is said to have seen an angel with 4 different faces. One was a child or a cherub, one was a bull, one was a lion, and one was an eagle. And these 4 faces show that angels can appear in many guises and guide us in many different directions, but also always for our highest good. An extended message for this is that your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions that you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities to grow and to learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored, so if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. So definitely messages here about looking outside of the mind here, these mindsets, these doors, these things that have been keeping you limited and keeping you small. And we transform the mind by realizing, like it mentioned here, that there is no wrong path, that all these limitations, the small t truths that created out of fear, which contrast and judge, saying that there is a good path and a bad path, a right and a wrong, that this is what keeps us limited. This is what keeps us at the lower energies. Fear, right? That there has to be a limitation. We've got to limit things instead of allowing everything to just be and trust that it is unfolding in perfect order. Let's see what else they have to add here. We have the Naked Heart Tarot. Let's see what else they'd like you to know right now regarding this. And this, of course, is a journey, but being aware of what is triggering these lower vibrations, the fear vibrations, is an important piece of all this. Because in bringing them from the unconscious to the conscious and being aware of what they are, that is what allows us to transform it. Because when it's just working beneath the surface and doing its own thing, unknown, not, it's like you have all these computer programs that are running underneath, behind the scenes. If we're unaware of them, they just continue to run amok, and there's nothing that we do about it because it just keeps looping, right? But once we become aware of something, we become aware of these limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, these fears that are keeping us small and keeping us bound and trapped, then we're set free. Even just bringing them from the unconscious world into the conscious world transforms things with that way as well. All right, we'll start with this one here. And we do have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is about transformation. The number 5s are. And, 3 of the Cups are usually tipped over, which is the outside world, about how these thoughts and these beliefs, we came here on purpose to experience them. So what I really like about the 5 of Cups is it reaffirms to us that feeling any of our emotions is not wrong. We came here purposely to feel them, to experience them, and to have them be a part of our journey. But the 2 of Cups within the 5 of Cups here also shows us that when we're ready, there's always a second choice. We're not trapped in feeling any particular emotion. Neither is right, neither is wrong. They're just different. And we get to choose the difference between those thoughts. The stories that we're taught to put to situations. Fearful stories, right? We're taught so much when we're younger as children on what something is supposed to mean when it happens. Someone cheats on you in a relationship, it means you're unworthy. You get fired from a job, it means you were stupid, you weren't capable. We have all this stuff, all these fears that have to do with our worth and what they mean. But when we dig into them, we really understand that those are just fearful opinions, that they're not truth. As we connect higher and higher to the capital T truth of the higher realms, we understand more fully those that are rooted in unconditional love versus the fears of losing conditional love. And every moment is a story, because this is all about the mind. The mind controls what story we choose to apply to any situation. We were given opinions. We took them on as our own opinions. We were children. What else? We don't know any better. And then we take it on as our, after we take it on as our opinion, we take it on as our habit of, then when this happens, this is what it means. And then it becomes our reaction, where it happens so fast because it's reinforced over and over again. That's the story we put. But it's a habit. We can change it. When you realize your power of choice with the Two of Cups, we get to choose, is it going to be a story of the fear of losing conditional love, or is it going to be of the story of unconditional love? We get to decide, and that's where this power comes in. Yeah, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is this journey of determining your worth in a new way, transforming your worth in relation to the outside world. Again, the stories that we apply to a situation, when we're saying, well, when that happens, this is what it means about me. Our whole worth changes when we realize that has nothing to do with defining me. I can choose to allow it to define me or not, but I also can choose for it not to be. Eventually, like our journey of our stories, when we stop using the outside world, all those conditional love laws, all those fears of losing a conditional love to define us, because that's all unstable out there. When we turn inward and upward to find this love that is unconditional and eternal, and we allow that to be the definition of our worth, we choose, right, to have that story be applied to it. That's what transforms your total worth. You feel stable instead of unstable. Yeah. Here we go. Six of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. Six of Swords is great. It's a movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So everything we've been talking about here. Yeah. And here's the Strength card. So the Strength card is the poster child to really enlightenment. We have the lion as our human, and these beautiful wings, and the infinity symbol represent our higher self. Usually the Strength card has a maiden and a lion, but it is the story that we come down here as humans, and we come down here, as we mentioned in this Five of Cups, to experience what it might feel like to feel hungry and thirsty and desperate, which is what we do when we are told that what will fulfill us is out here. Try relationships, try situations like education, jobs, career, social status, whatever situations we can get in, and things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. Go eat and drink of those things, because that will fulfill you, is what we're told. And so we do, and like everyone else, we're left feeling empty. We're left feeling betrayed by it, disappointed and let down, because like relationships, people change, or they pass away, or they walk away. So relationships don't fill us for very long, if at all. Situations never stay the same. And of course, things break down, deteriorate, stolen, burn down, blow up, whatever it may be. And we realize that those things are not fulfilling. And then, so the lion becomes hangry. It's hungry, angry, and desperate. It's roaring. It's not aware of the higher self in the beginning, but because through the journey, our higher self is around us always, bringing us signs, nudging us, drawing us to it. Eventually we turn inward to meet it. and it doesn't try to destroy us. Sometimes spirituality will say you must destroy your ego. You must destroy these thoughts. You must destroy all this stuff. No, we transform because what our higher self knows, what the lion is truly hungry for, is the unconditional love from up above. And because it is our higher self is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, it's able to give us what we've been searching for all along. And so it comes down and embraces us, and we join together. We don't battle. We're able to be fulfilled and come together with that information, that love from above, the unconditional eternal love from above. So that's the key to the transformation of all this, is turning inward and upward. The more we connect to the higher capital T truths rooted in unconditional love, we see how these others were illusions, that they are not true. They were opinion by humans who go into fight or flight mode of fear quite a bit. Yeah, and here's the Five of Swords. So more thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, and this is about the conflicting thoughts. Everything I just said, the small T truths of the human world, the capital T truths of the higher world, you end up transforming those, and that Ace of Swords is what helps connect us to the capital T truths of the higher realm. So there is a possibility of transforming our thoughts and beliefs, and when we really just take time to step out of fear, we get out of the fear mindset. When we are in fear, we're out of our minds. We are totally in fear mode. Our little child self is trying to feel back in control. So anything that we can do to stay out of fear, the more time we can spend connecting to the higher realms. So whether it's having an hourly vibrating alarm on your phone, come back to now, come back to unconditional love. Make it a habit of coming out of the storm to the eye of the storm, out of the chaos and the fear into unconditional love. The more we can transform, and we can move from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So I do like this. This is a great start for the transformation of our mind from lower vibrational fear energy to higher vibrational unconditional love energy. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless picker cards, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. If you don't want to miss out on any of them, get updated immediately when they become available. If you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and by clicking the subscribe button, you give an access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there's an option for all, which if you select that, two things happen. One, you're notified immediately when I post new videos. And two, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know. In addition to all of that, it also helps spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of these videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, happy, excited, wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, please know I'm very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box of this video down below. All right, beautiful people, as you go through this adventure and opening your mind, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing journey. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 2, which is all about the body, transforming it, aligning it with the perfect state of being, then this is your reading. And we're going to pull from the Power of Surrender cards and see where Spirit wants to start around what information can we use around the body, the physical body. All right. I actually do get 2. And the first is surrender to joy. Beautiful, bright card. Which is a key to positive change in your life, is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. I really like that coming in here, because I feel like they're saying that the energy that exudes in our bodies, you know, and you can probably search for this online too, because I've heard where, you know, just the act of smiling, just the choice of grinning, smiling, even laughing, it's like the physical act actually releases chemicals within us that releases endorphins and different things that bring us these feelings, you know, it changes the chemicals within our physical body. It actually releases things that helps our body heal as well. Let's see what else we have here. Oh my gosh. Surrender to complete healing, which says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So being open, like by choice, allows this to come in too. Because when our physical body is in fear rather than joy, then we go into this fight or flight mode. And again, you can Google fight or flight and look at all the impacts that being in a state of fear can impact us. And we, of course, used to have a lot of more physical dangers than we do now. I know in some countries you still have, you know, some third world countries that are in war and that they live in constant everyday physical danger. Most of, you know, the world doesn't have that specific physical danger, but we have emotional monsters. It's been replaced with even more things that bring us into continual fears, whether it's about relationships of some kind, whether it's family, friends, romantic, whatever, you know, education, career, social statuses, whatever it may be, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, the home, the car, you know, all that stuff that we are just so many rules around it, so many fears around it that activate our body and have it in a perpetual state of fear. That's why there's so much dis-ease and disease and physical ailments, because they usually, well, you can even, you know, as you research it more, they find that so much of our what's going on in human bodies with ailments has to do with our because of our lack of peace and our, you know, because of that fear. And so the more that we can step out of fear into joy, and we can also realize we are supported and that we deserve the healing and then the transformation and this aligning with a perfect state of being. When the body is allowed to be in a state of peace, where it runs like it is designed to, it is an amazing self-healing machine. It recovers, it replaces, it, you know, does so much. So I love that coming in here. We're also going to pull from the Seeker Oracle here. Let's see what else we have. One more time. What else for the body? What else for the physical body? Okay, they want this one right here on the top here. There we go. Being bullheaded, question mark? Uh-oh. Are we being stubborn? Ruh-roh. All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. I try to keep my own energy out of these readings. So hopefully that's not my bullheadedness coming in here, but let's find this. Okay, they said no, it's not. That's good. So it says disagreements can arise in any relationship. We all have an opinion. We all want to be heard. Unfortunately, there are times when opinions clash and friends or loved ones become foe. This can go from bad to worse when one or both parties believe that their actions are 100% justified and in turn take an unyielding, hard-line stance that feels like a punishment. The warring parties withdraw their support. They give each other the cold shoulder. They refuse to discuss the matter or apologize because, in their minds, they both believe that they are right and the other is wrong. Like the Minotaur messenger, they choose to be bull-headed. However, there are times when we need to ask ourselves whether the end of a relationship is worth the price of being right. What do we truly stand to lose by being stubborn if we choose to insist that we are right for all the wrong reasons? Sometimes, unless the argument reveals an absence of respect or that core values are not shared, we can yield and be open to compromise. We can be mindful that sometimes both sides of an argument or dispute can have a foundation of truth and integrity. Contradictory points of view can both be valid. Sometimes a concession can be made so peace and harmony can be maintained or restored. If love is more important than being right, you can make a choice to dull those horns and meet somewhere in the middle. Don't let a wounded ego, pride, or stubbornness be the driving force behind your actions. So I do like them bringing in here, because that's probably where a big source of our non-joy and that peace coming in, where that comes from, right? These fears that our small t truths and opinions are not the, that we have to defend them and that they're more true than this other person's. Because we fear if we're wrong in that, what else are we wrong on? That just brings in, that's what activates a lot of our fight or flight. The being bullheaded is the fighting between each other and trying to prove that each other's opinions are the more truer. But as we talked about in the first reading with the mind, if you check that out, it does talk about transforming that energy, transforming those thoughts, and being able to be more open in receiving. Forgiveness, too, kind of feels like it comes in here where, when I know forgiveness is an ugly word sometimes, but it's about letting the wrath go. It's about no longer allowing ourselves to be these vessels of pain and suffering because of someone else's actions. It's forgiving the person, not the action, but it's so that you can have peace and that you can have joy, and so that your body is able to heal itself. There is a great, and we'll probably talk about this a little bit in the heart one next, but they are talking about here, Louise Hay has a great book about how to heal yourself. And there is this, she has a wonderful book that talks about the emotional roots of a lot of physical situations. So check it out. And sometimes you don't even have to buy the book. If you just Google Louise Hay, high blood pressure reasons, there's usually so much out there on the internet. You can get some information from that without the book, but it's like a beautiful book to have in your back pocket for the future. So I love that, because as we deal with those causes, it releases the fears and the emotional monsters, which allows our body to come into alignment. Then we're going to pull from the Angels and Ancestors deck here. Let's see what else they have. So what else for the physical body? All right. We got the Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. I like it. We'll put the Star Ancestor just over here. And let's see what they bring in here for you. So heed the messages coming directly from your soul. The star ancestors is a term of extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and the growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectedness when they look up into the night sky and see the stars. And I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. The star ancestor is reminding you that you have otherworldly support and that your friends from the stars can help you if you're willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. The extended message for this card is that there is a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You're being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up the corner of your corner of the world. So continue following cosmic guidance that is coming your way. And I like that. They're here to help us with our healing, both of our bodies, but also of our spirit and mind, and just the transformation. So for us to see things so much more clearly. So I like that. And then lastly, we'll pull here from the Naked Heart Tarot and see what else Spirit wants to add in here around transforming and aligning the body. All right. I feel we've got to that one, this one, just that one, and these two actually. All right. So let's see if we'll squeeze all these in here somehow. Well, we'll start with this one here. We do have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is about patience, taking time to rest, allowing things to unfold and see things from a higher perspective while you're waiting for those things to transform. Reminds me a lot of a cocoon. You know, the caterpillar takes time to transform, letting old ways go, detoxing, but there is this rest and patience and allowing timing, letting go of the stress around timing, as well as the supposed tos and shoulds, need tos and have tos and must, all those stressors we talked about. So I do love this coming in. Yeah, and you have the Tower. And this mentioned here in this one too. The Tower, although it looks scary in the beginning, it's a beautiful card because it is telling us things are being removed out of your life on purpose for a purpose to help bring healing and transformation and alignment to your body. This tells us that things are removed out of our life for us to make space for things to come in and also to clear things out of our path to move forward. So as things in your life are being removed, try not to have stress about it, knowing that it is unfolding for you and that it will lead towards your, physical alignment. And you have the Eight of Cups. Here we're talking about emotions again. The Eight of Cups, this bear is walking away from emotions that no longer serve them, that allow them to move into wish fulfillment. So definitely when we're talking about like that Louise Hay book that is about heal your life, something like that. Heal your life, heal yourself. If I remember, I'll try to put it up here. But if you just search Louise Hay heal, her book will pop up. She's millions and millions of copies of that all over the world. But it is moving away from those emotions that no longer serve, and you're moving into a different place. Yeah, and then you have Seven of Cups. So here's the emotional confusion that happens here as we go into fear. It does clog our minds. And this is like Spirit just confirming what I talked about in the beginning about fight or flight mode. Because when our body goes into fight or flight mode, one of the things that happens to it is it pushes the blood out of our brain to go to our muscles to run or to fight. And so we stop thinking as a mature, loving a human adult, and we go more into like a cat mode, an animalistic hissing and attacking, hissing and run away, or hissing and attacking and then running away, because it's wanting to feel in control. And so we get confused. It's part of the fight or flight mode. And so the confusion that comes in here is because we're in fear, more and more trusting the universe, becoming less bullheaded. Like we talked about, forgiveness, moving away from emotions that don't serve will help our physical body. Yeah, what a great card to have here with the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is our body, the outside world, and the King of Pentacles is about abundance and victory. So this does create this energy saying that when we do these things, it does definitely take our body and our physical world into alignment. So I do love this information coming through. Please, look more deeply into fight or flight mode. And I do have one of my, if you go to my website at the very bottom, I have like 4 links to 4 different series that I had on YouTube. One of them, and these all are free, is Coming Back from Fear. That talks a lot about this information. And if I remember, I will link it down in the description box as well. So I am loving this journey for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick-a-card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. And if you don't want to miss out on any of these and get updated immediately when they become available, give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. And then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. If you go in there, there is an option for all. If you select it, 2 things happen. 1, notified immediately when I post new videos. And 2, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, it also helps spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to automatically share the videos on my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful people, as you go on this amazing, transformative journey of your body, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure, and we'll be talking very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. And if you chose option number 3, which is the heart, then this is the reading. And let's take a look here and see where Spirit wants to start. Transforming and aligning your heart. So what would you like to start with? All right, I do want this one right here. We've got surrender to your soul's path. Beautiful green card here. And it says, your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Yeah. So it's like the start of this is about the energy, really knowing it, what they're showing me, and I'm sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place because they're showing me in my head the Wheel of Fortune card in the tarot, which tells us that before we came down here, our soul did choose for us they chose us to be the avatar of who they're going to experience our journey through, how it wanted to experience life through. And it chose all these fated events that it wanted to experience through us for the soul's growth. Like I talked about at the beginning, that we are a perfect mountain and we don't have to become something more. We're just discovering more about who we are. That's part of our soul's journey. And with each of those fated events that unfolds, we still have the power to choose what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. And we kind of talked about it in the first reading about the mind. We also get to choose what story we apply to this fated event. So within every fated event, no matter what is happening and unfolding, we're the ones that get to choose those two things. This one, of course, with the heart has to do with our emotions and us choosing what emotion we want to feel as we go through something. And I know in the beginning, I totally questioned Spirit about, I don't feel like I'm choosing. Something happens and this is how I feel. How am I choosing? But they were, of course, very gentle. And they looked back and showed that all of us as human children are just poured opinions of how we're supposed to feel when we're going through something. And it's reiterated, and sometimes we get inundated with a bunch of different emotions that we're supposed to feel about a situation. But overall, there's usually some very popular ones, and especially those of our parents and grandparents and those individuals of authority around us, we take those on very strongly as our own opinion. Then we make it a habit of how we're going to choose to feel through something, and it's becomes so overused, it becomes our reaction. It happens so fast, it doesn't feel like we're making a decision. But the great thing about that, it's a habit, and our choice is that when we discover that power, we don't have to choose all of these emotions that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, the opinions of the outside world. There's a second choice. Those emotions that are rooted in the emotions of unconditional love of the higher realms. So every moment is always a choice between the two, and we are the ones that get to choose it. And if we want to focus and we truly want to start feeling a different way about a situation that happens, we can make changes to create a new habit. So I like it. And then we have the Seeker Oracle next, and we're going to see what else they want to add into that. All right, what else for the heart, please? What more advice around the heart? Information, aligning the heart. Okay. Oh, I do want that one right there. We have, what do you seek? Beautiful card. We'll put that right here. Let's see. What comes in for there? All right. That's funny. So we are all participants on a journey that is life. Do you ever wonder why you exist, or if you have a greater purpose other than moving through life from one day to the next, working every day to pay the bills and provide for self and family? To know the answer to the question, you first have to know yourself. What is important to you? What interests and excites you? What do you want to accomplish in life? What gives your life meaning? Are your beliefs your own and founded in fact or fiction? You won't know if you've never asked, and if you do not know, you could find yourself being led down a path that you are not meant to walk. So go within, explore the inner workings of your mind. Look to your past and what it reveals. Observe and make a note of your emotional reaction to different experiences and situations in the present. That's what we're talking about, right? Observe and make a note of your emotional reaction to different experiences and situations in the present. Learn what your weaknesses and strengths are. Look to your beliefs and determine whether they serve you or serve others. It is not unusual to find that the asking reveals both answers and more questions. With every question, you learn more about yourself. And by knowing yourself, you will know what to seek to live a life of meaning and purpose. There is no wrong answer. There is only your answer. So yeah, we definitely were talking about that already, about this diving deep and understanding what is your path. What is your soul path? Why do you choose the emotions that you're choosing? Are they of your own? Or are they of someone else that you were given when you were younger, right? We'll also pull here from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle and see what they'd like to add. Okay, they do it down right there. You've got the High Priest, intend and create. Beautiful card there. We'll put that here. And let's see what message they bring. So recognize that you have the power to change your life. Wow. Face your fear and align with the light. In many traditions, the high priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition or in pagan traditions, be second to the high priestess, but he's always spiritually connected and disciplined with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, a leader, or a teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. Wow. All these talking about past and journey, right? The extended message for this card says you are a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you may think. Everything you're given attention to and energy to at this time is creating your way forward. There have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow, heal, and expand, and then watch it happen right before your eyes. Wow. So definitely a message here about that. You are so much more powerful, and that your emotional energy is so much more powerful. And whatever you choose to focus your emotional energy on definitely expands. And understanding that you are here on purpose for a purpose, you're not on an out-of-control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode. We talked about in the beginning about the Wheel of Fortune card, that you come here on purpose for a purpose, and life does not happen to you, it happens for you. You're more like on a monorail train at Disney World, where it's attached to the track and it moves very specifically, has specific stops at the perfect timing, and you can trust that life is unfolding for you rather than feeling like it's happening to you. We're also going to pull from the Naked Heart Tarot here and see what else they have. So what else for those that chose the heart, please? Okay. What else? Okay, what else? Okay. I do want this one right there. Okay. So we'll scooch these out here, and we'll start with this one down here, which is the Three of Cups. Cups is emotions, which makes sense that it's coming up under here under the heart reading. This represents joy and celebration. So, one side of this is that whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. In fact, this was in reading number 2, not this, but the joy card came out about surrendering to joy. And it impacts us so much when we focus our energy on joy and gratitude and, laughter and peace and the things we do want in our life, that expands. When we focus on what we don't want in our life, things we fear coming into our lives, what we have in our lives that we don't want, all those things expand and grow. So it's definitely this message of wherever you focus your emotional energy is what expands in extreme ways. The 3 of Cups also represents, these little dolphins here are your posse of support in the upper realms. All of your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are, those are letting you know that they are around you, supporting you on this journey that you're on, and they can help transform anything in your life that you ask them for assistance and guidance on. So you're not alone ever in your adventure, in your journey. But they won't meddle with your path or your free will, like we talked about with the Wheel of Fortune, because they honor and respect it. But you can, of your own free will, ask for their support, ask for their meddling in your life, and they definitely will grant you that. Yeah, the 6 of Wands, which this is victory. This is recognition. You are seen. And if you recognize how proud that the upper realm is of us, of the courage that we had to be ones that allowed ourselves to be separate from the higher powerful self, veiled from the memory of who we really are. We're still connected. We just are not aware of it. And, there's this, in order for everyone to experience the journey that we're on. So they are very proud of just having that courage, but to recognize that you have overcome 100% of any difficulty that has come across your path, or you wouldn't be here right now. So recognition and celebration of the victories that you've had, they want you to be aware of that too. Yeah, and here's the 9 of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the 9 of Swords represents the insomnia or the nightmare card, which represents all these fears, these small t truths related to the fears of losing conditional love. There's such a strong interaction between our thoughts and our emotions. Our emotions we feel, but we have all of these beliefs. The mind tries to explain where all of these emotions are coming from. So one emotion might spawn 1,000 thoughts of trying to defend why we're feeling that way, understand it, whatever it may be. But there is this cutting away. You're almost to the point of exhaustion of trying to live up to these, supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and must. You're ready to let them go. And so these emotions rise within us for us to question our emotions and to surrender these small t truths, these fears related to the fears of losing conditional love. Yeah, you do have the universe. This is a great card coming in here because it's the world card in the regular tarot, which is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of new. Almost reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. It's you're letting go of the old ways, old cycles, and you're ready for a new adventure. So you are transforming how you're perceiving your emotions, how you're perceiving your adventure. This is where the transformation comes in. This is where you are connecting higher and higher, understanding your path and transforming your emotions. Yeah, and here you go, 10 of Swords. That's what comes right after the 9 of Swords. Don't worry, that rat is not dead. You're not dead. This is just that you got exhausted to the point with the 10 that you were ready for this ending and this new beginning. So you definitely are at a place where you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and all the emotions that are related to the fears of losing conditional love, because we talked about every moment is one or the other. And we just get tired after a while of feeling this way, and we realize we're not trapped in there, that we have a choice of unconditional love as well. So some beautiful freedom that's going to be coming through here for you. And I do like that for you here. So, looking at the heart, connecting really to the higher realms, experiencing the unconditional love more and more and more with the upper realms allows us to see the contrast between the two and to see that we do have a choice. Neither is right and neither is wrong. They're just different. Fear retracts. It's all, you get to experience all those nummy emotions that are, related to the fears of losing conditional love. But we also can, choose unconditional love, which expands, and it allows us to feel gratitude and laughter and joy and all those emotions related to unconditional love. So a big freedom coming here for you through this. And so this transformation, this aligning to the perfect heart is beautiful. And I love this for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick a card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos. If you don't want to miss out on any of those and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. If you go in there, there is an option for all, which if you select it, two things happen. One, you're notified right away when I post new videos. And number two, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know. In addition to all of that, it helps spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy crazy happy, wants to automatically share the videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful. These are general readings. If you want more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful people, as you step through this opening and transformation of your heart, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. And if you chose reading number 4, which is about transforming and aligning just yourself, then this is the reading for you. And I asked Spirit, I was like, what does this mean? Because I understand the mind, the body, the heart, but what is this piece of the reading for? And they said, this is if you're unsure if it's mind, body, or heart that's impacting you, then this is something that can help you. Or if you're just like, I just want it all, then this also helps bring information and clarity around that. So I'm like, okay, sounds like a plan. So here we go. And we've got the Power of Surrender cards first. So we'll see what they want you to know here around just an overall overhaul. What do they want you to know around this? Okay, so this is the one for that. You've got Surrender to Trust. Beautiful card. And that says, trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. So right away there we talk about trust yourself. And I feel like that's your higher self, your capital S self. But we'll see what else comes in here. We're also going to pull a card from the Seeker Oracle. Let's see what else they have here for you. What else would you want to add into that, please? Okay, there we go. we have express gratitude. So trust and gratitude coming in. Beautiful card there. We'll put that right here. Let's see what that brings in. All right, there we go. So we all have much to be thankful for, but all too often we get weighed down by life's disappointments and the responsibilities that we carry. Life does not always go according to plan. And over time, our ability to see the good in our lives and in others can be dulled. We find ourselves dwelling in a world of gray. Bring the color back into your life. Take a moment every day to make a note of several things that you're grateful for. Express your gratitude out loud or write it down. Whether you are grateful for the feeling of the sun on your skin, or thankful for the companionship of a beloved pet, or simply happy to be breathing. It does not matter what it is that you are grateful for, only that you express it. By regularly expressing gratitude, we can change our state of mind and inspire more positive emotions and thoughts. We make a conscious choice to think more about moments that have made us smile or feel both loved and loving. It's all about balance. We are not being asked to be happy and forget our concerns. Sometimes the best we can achieve is a state of peaceful acceptance that helps us face and deal with adversity. The more we see and appreciate the good, the more willing we are to address any source of disease. We are more determined to maintain the feeling of well-being than our appreciation creates. So show your appreciation. Be sure to thank those who have helped you, even for the smallest thing. Tell those who are there for you how much you appreciate their care and support. Brighten another's day by offering encouragement by the way of an unexpected compliment or word of praise. Giving thanks to others can not only brighten their day, but your day too. So I like it. That basically combined everything together when it talked about the mind and the heart and the body and disease. So it is a culmination here of them saying, one is to trust in the higher realms, that everything that is unfolding is truly unfolding for you. You can trust the for us, that it's not happening to us. And then this card talks about gratitude and how much it transforms our life. I know for me, when I did a gratitude journal once, it was a huge change in my life. I determined for 30 days that every day I was going to write something down that I was grateful for and not repeat it. And so I got to the end of the 30 days and I loved the change of energy so much and the expansion of energy. I continued it on without putting an end date on it. And I almost did it for 5 months, not repeating something. And it's the amazing thing with a gratitude journal is, one, it allows you to see all that's in your life that you're grateful for in both body and mind and heart. But with the change of the energy, whatever we focus on is what expands. And when we focus our energy on what we're grateful for, we stop focusing on what we're not grateful for, what we fear, what's missing, we feel is missing in our life, or, what's in our life that we don't want. And as we don't feed those things shrink. And as we focus on gratitude, that expands. And so definitely I like this, writing down several things. Someone recently, Spirit came through and said, just every waking hour, have like a vibrating alarm on your phone where you come back every hour, come back to this moment. And what is one thing you're grateful for in this moment? And do it every hour if that is what you need. If you need a jump start to having something change huge, try that, because that will just amplify what happened when I did it, like one per day. You can have things happen and energy transform and come into alignment so much faster by doing the extremity, right? So I love it. Then we're also going to pull from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. Let's see what else we got here. What else for the self? All right, here it is. We've got the Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. Can't make it up, so here we go. We have the main guardian who's going to say, all right, we're going to give you the skinny on the entire being of who you are. So let's take a look here. Oh, sorry. It's the Medicine Guardian. I was looking up the Healing Guardian. I couldn't find it. That's why, because it's the medicine. So listen to what is coming up within you and what is being shared with you by trustworthy others in your life. Pay attention to healing information. Healing angels can help you heal emotionally, spiritually, and physically with their energy, but they can also direct you towards information that will help you return to wholeness. And when this card appears, information is being revealed that can help an aspect of your current situation, whether that be your health, your relationships, or even career, so be alert for this. The Medicine Guardian has a healing wand, which represents the capacity to heal with the power of will and desire. And they have a chalice, which represents returning to a state of wholeness, a state where your cup is no longer full, but overflowing with goodness. The emerald color of the card represents the healing rays of Archangel Raphael and his healing angels. Just can't make this up. This is all about the healing. So you're being exposed to information and insights that will have a dramatic healing effect upon your life. If you're working through something mentally or emotionally, know that there are spiritual energies supporting your healing. If you're working through something that is physically challenging, pay particular attention to information that's coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. It will be supportive of your wellness. Your angels are here to remind you that your natural state is one of wholeness, and you're on the road to revealing that wholeness once more. I love that they ended on that, because we are never not whole. We just forget that we're whole, and we have these beliefs and thoughts where we pretend that we're not whole for a little bit to see what it might feel like to feel unwhole. But then with all of this journey, this transformation, we see the barriers that we have built between us and perceiving our wholeness. Just like love, we don't have to find love. We just discover what barriers we've created between us and love that seem to be hiding it from us, although we're always connected to it. And then we're going to pull here from the Naked Heart Tarot and to see what the final messages that they have for you are regarding this aligning, this transformation of self. Okay, these two. And I feel like is there one more? I feel like there's one more. Okay, there it is. Put that one down there. Okay, so we will start with this one. Yeah, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a beautiful card. It comes after the Two of Wands, which the Two of Wands we kind of talked about, which is whatever we focus on is what grows. Every moment we focus our energy in one direction or the other, right? The fears or the gratitude. Well, the Three of Wands comes after the Two of Wands, obviously, and that means with new information, we make a change. We adjust our course. We make a change and go in a different direction than we had before. With the awareness of the power we have of our energy, I feel like you change directions on where you're focusing things. Yeah. And here you have the Spirit of Swords, which would be the King of Swords. King of Swords, I imagine we'll probably get the Queen of Cups here, because the Spirit of Swords rolls over the air, and not only do they roll over the air, all the kings or spirits get another portion of air. So this is very much about your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. Here's the Ace of Swords, which allows you to connect to the capital T truth of the higher realms, those that are rooted in unconditional love, and allows you to cut away those thoughts and beliefs, those small T truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. So reading number 1 was all about the mind, and here it is showing, yes, you have the power to transform your mind. And then you have the Judgment card. Yes, double endings, double new beginnings, definitely your higher self calling you to a higher place, knowing that you have a purpose, on purpose to be here, and allowing yourself to see that you're so much more than just the human, but that you're your higher self. This is the black and white butterfly is our human, and the colorful one is our higher self, showing that there's two of us that are living this human experience, and that is transformative. When we realize, why do I feel like there's this battle within me? It's like, well, because there's two of me in there. There's the one that's rooted in fear and all these opinions of the human world, which are illusions and untrue. And then our higher self within us, which is rooted in unconditional love and capital T truth, which is true. It's eternal and forever. All this stuff is temporary. We realize, oh, there's a butterfly inside of the caterpillar trying to get out. And that's what happens here. That's what unfolds with the journey. And well, we have close. We didn't have the Queen of Cups, but we have the Innocence of Cups, which would be the Page of Cups. So this is the emotions, reading number 3, which was the heart and the emotions. And this is about the chalice, the Holy Grail. This is where we get the unconditional love of up above. We get to receive that, fill up with it, and overflow, like it talked about with the chalice right here. So I love all of this, how it all comes together. And then the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the body. This is what actually came up in reading 2. So we've got the mind, the heart, and the body all showing up in the last reading, all with royalty within the suits that represent those areas. And really the culmination here of showing us that we are those two beings. But this is about finding a new identity, finding completion in our bodies as we connect with the unconditional love of above and realize that there's two of us that are living here. We're free from the oppression. Usually the Judgment card will show people standing up in coffins, which is our human realizing we're so much more than that, and then that we are these powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings who are made of unconditional love. And we have the XX card number 20, double endings and double new beginnings. When we discover this, the more we raise our vibration from the lower fear vibrations to the higher vibration of up above, then we are set free. We are no longer limited, like by the caterpillar walking along the forest floor. We now have transformed, and we can fly and go places we never would have had we stayed just thinking that we were caterpillars, right? So a beautiful, beautiful transformative message here. And I love the focus on gratitude. I love the focus on trusting that everything is unfolding for us and that we're here on purpose, for a purpose, not here for punishment, not here by accident, but that our higher self really did design a life full of fated events to experience and understand itself. And in doing so, it is freeing us. It's allowing us to understand ourselves so much more. And then instead of, I think I mentioned in one of the readings about, I think it was in reading 1, because it talked about the Strength card, which is the joining together our human self and our higher self. A lot of times we're told that our spirit is supposed to battle our human self and, kill the ego, kill it, kill it, kill it. But it's a piece of us. We don't want to kill it. What happens is it's so hungry and it's thirsting for things. But our higher self is full of the unconditional love that it's searching for. And so it completes it instead of trying to destroy it. So a beautiful, beautiful message here about raising vibration, how we can heal. And I'm excited to see what else Spirit brings for us regarding this, this coming year as well. So thank you so much. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless readings, I also put out weekly energy updates by each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos. If you don't want to miss out on any of these and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, by clicking the subscribe button, you're also given access to the notification bell. If you go in there, there's an option for all, which if you select, two things happen. One, you'll be notified right away when I post new videos. And two, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know. In addition to all that, it also helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so crazy happy, wants to automatically share the videos on my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, please know I'm very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. Right, beautiful people, as you are going through this adventure, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing journey. I'm sure we'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.